are the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Happy birthday, T Sports Radio!
I am your host, Erica Salda, the queen of teen. Woo!
Right.
This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio. Put your hands together. Where'd we go with that? I'm so excited.
And when are we on?
Every single Tuesday!
At 9 o'clock.
Every single Tuesday.
That's what I said.
Dr. D.
Isn't that what I said? Yes. What?
6 years!
Unbelievable.
What are you going to do?
That's scary.
How many years have you been on with us?
How many years?
Terri Cooper!
I've been on 22 years. I don't know. It just seems like forever and only a moment. As I stare into your blue eyes, it feels like there is nothing but this moment.
We need to...
And as you stare into mine, you know how sincere it is, because mine are brown.
I say 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, but you added such a flavor to the show, and I'm really appreciative of you.
Flavor.
Nah, that's why you're on the birthday show.
Thank you.
So I really appreciate it.
May I say a shout out?
Yes.
Today, April 25th, is my landlady's, Terri Yandel. It's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Terri. Don't raise my rent.
That's really nice. That's really smart. And of course, we have my guy in the room here. My guy. And yeah, look, he's looking around. He doesn't know who the guy is. Michael Baker! Woo!
How we doing?
United Boys and Girls Club. How are you?
We're great. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Red Sox are playing great.
Yeah.
How's the roof, by the way? How's the roof?
The roof?
The roof.
The roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. No, it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
No, things are good. The roof is coming along.
You're going on your second year now.
I'm in my second. I'm almost 2.5 years.
Nice. Going on your third year.
Have
you moved into your house yet? If I see one more Facebook thing, now the roof is done.
The roof of the house is fine. It's in great shape.
Okay.
We should be in there in May, is what they're saying now.
Nice.
It'll be May. Like I always say, they won't tell me the year, but we'll be in there in May.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah. So we got a rally coming up.
Yes, the rally is
this
coming. No, we're still selling tickets for the. Have a couple spots left in cars.
Okay.
For the cars, so if you have
So talk to us about the rally, because for anybody who's never heard about the rally, tell us.
So it'll be this Friday. We'll be taking off, and I can't tell you where you're going.
Okay.
It's a surprise, and it's a wonderful challenge. It's an overnight stay, though, this time. It'll be a 2-day deal. And then we, after the excursion and everywhere you're going and all the fun you do with your wonderful cars, we end back at the...
So like a treasure hunt? Like what is it?
No.
Exactly?
Think of the Great Race.
Okay.
So you have a different challenge at every stop.
Okay.
One year we were driving around Santa Barbara, primarily in Santa Barbara last year, and one of the stops was the... Santa Barbara Bowl.
Nice.
And they had to go on the stage and hula hoop on the stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And nobody knows what you're doing until you go that day of. We've had some really
I love that.
We had some really cool things that they got to do.
Yeah.
I think I overheard someone's borrowing your T-Bird. Are they borrowing your T-Bird for this event?
No, that was Sal Rodriguez. He came over the other day. And,
I saw him at my restaurant yesterday. He said hello and to say hello and to send lots of love.
Oh, that was nice. But he wanted you to say that to me the day before he wanted to borrow my car. So, no, he came over the other day. Yeah, he wants to borrow my car. But I don't think it's for the... is it?
He might want to drive in the rally. That might be,
Isn't that adorable? He wants to borrow my car for the rally.
Yeah.
That's
I've driven that T-Bird, but I only drove it about 5 miles an hour going down south on Milpas.
The
parade.
Can you talk to me as someone who doesn't know what this rally is, what it's for, what kind of cars are in it, what do you win when you win the great rally race, and all that good stuff?
So we're in our 4th year doing it. It's our largest fundraiser for the United Boys and Girls Clubs. Yeah, it's a fundraiser. People pay a pretty penny to drive their wonderful cars, and we have Ferraris, and we had a 1930. We had cars from the 30s. We never had one from the 20s yet, but we've had them from the 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm still waiting to see that 1970s Pacer, because that's a classic. pacer, right? No.
Yeah, okay.
No, no, you're not going to have that. But they do drive the vehicles, and they get sponsors to sponsor their ride. And the winner, has nothing to do with speed. It's literally not a race. It's about the challenges along the way, and you get points for that. And
that sounds like life.
Yeah, it is. And every year that we've done it, one of the stops has been one of our Boys and Girls Clubs, and they go into the club. And last year it was the Goleta Club, and they had to do "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" And we had them go in there, and they were challenged against fifth graders at the Boys and Girls Club, and they didn't do so well. A lot of people didn't walk out of there with points.
That's genius.
Yeah, well, it was. I wish I could say I created the event. I didn't. It was here before I got here, but we've taken it to a whole new level, and now it's an overnight experience.
Who is the creative genius that you're using this year? Because it sounds like you've had some wonderful fun and done some really creative things.
Well, to take it to an overnight, the person who's been involved with it really from the beginning was Monty Wilson. Monty's a good man. He's a very good man. He and his wife Maria are co-chairing the event, and it's all said and done, we'll probably net, and I always give net numbers because you can't pay bills with gross, right, Erica?
That's right.
We'll probably net about $230,000 at this event.
What are you going to do with it?
We're going to Vegas. We're putting on a 21 Black. No, we're not doing that. No.
I actually believed you there for a minute.
Yeah, no, we're not going to Vegas.
What?
No, we are not doing that. We are.
Next week.
Next week. Now we are going to use the proceeds for our outreach program, using transportation to go pick up kids who can't get to the Boys and Girls Club. So the beauty of this whole program, this whole fundraising event, is that here are people bringing these cars, some valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're driving to raise money for us to use our vans to go pick up kids who can't walk or get to the Boys and Girls Club because it's too far. So it's a beautiful relationship.
It's a complete win-win, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It's fun, and it's for a wonderful cause.
Yes.
So you must really feel good about the work that you do. Well, I hope you do.
I say it all the time, and I mean it. I love my job. I'm absolutely blessed to get to do the work that we do. And really what inspires me more than anything else, the people I get to work with. You mentioned Sal. Sal's my hero. I mean, that guy, 40 plus years in Boys and Girls Club work. I'm 29 in right now. I got a little ways to go, but he's...
You look a little younger than 29,
I have more hair than Sal, too. Let the records show. I have a little more hair.
Not by much.
I said little. Keyword is little.
I have to say, if no one has gone to visit any of the Boys and Girls Clubs, they really should. You should just go walk in the door any day and go see the kids. They are having so much fun. They have smiles on their faces. The stress level is low, and it's a safe place to be.
Well, thank you. It's my therapy. I wish my office was actually in a club still. I miss that noise. And there isn't a day that goes by that I don't go to at least one of our clubs and walk around. And staff will come up to me and they'll say, you come here quite a bit. And I said, I didn't get in this field to be a CEO. I didn't. I got in this because I wanted to work with kids. And that's where the magic happens. And the way that those kids look at our staff, it still gets me every time I see it.
You're not just providing a good diversion and things to do for kids. You're creating good citizens. You're changing lives for the better in what you do. You're saving lives. You're not just having kids have something entertaining. You're contributing tremendously to the quality of their lives and the communities that they'll be in. And I know that you know that, but I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very nice.
Wow.
I'm going to go home and cry now.
You're all getting red. Ooh, I love that. Michael Baker. How come I'm the only person clapping?
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't clap for myself.
What is that about?
Yeah.
Hey, we got a couple of minutes, and I always like to end off the first segment with a Dominique Hackett. It's going to be a tell-all little story time kind of thing. It's kind of I don't know, mushy, but we got the greatest stories. And we didn't do the story last week, right? And I says, I'm sorry about the story. She goes, I had a really good story. And I says, that's what happens. Sometimes you get to tell the story, sometimes you don't. Okay, so I hope you weren't prepared because now you're going to tell the story. Were you prepared?
Yeah, it's semi-prepared.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so I love it. Just tell us a story.
All right.
Birthday related?
Birthday related. Actually, it's related to challenges. Okay. It's related to evolving. And I think that's kind of what Teen Sports Radio has done. as we evolve. And our goal is always to try to improve kids' lives and try to make a difference. So real quick, I love it how you throw in the names of who's in the story.
Okay.
Well, this is a story about a stream. You want to give a stream a name?
Bill.
Okay.
Bill the stream.
Bill the stream. I don't know. I just like Bill. Bill's like it's a good name. Let me just say, Dominique, for the world who maybe doesn't know Dominique Hackett, she's a third generation theosophist. So until I actually met Dominique Hackett, I didn't even know what a theosophist was. So can you enlighten everybody?
So what that means is that my whole life long, I have studied world culture and world religions. And so I grew up honoring all traditions and all cultures. And storytelling just became a special love of mine. I started with Russian fairy tales. Actually. So, So you want this really fast?
No, just drag it out because it's about, the Bill. I want to hear about Bill. Go ahead.
All right. So Bill, the stream, was wandering through the world, right?
Okay.
And he comes across obstacles. So there's a rock. And he figures out how to get around the rock.
Happenstance. This is really actually happening. So go ahead.
Nice.
Let's see what happens to Bill. Go ahead.
So he gets around the rock. And then he comes up to a mountain.
Ooh.
And he figures out how to get around the mountain.
Oh.
Right? It's like any obstacle that comes up, Bill figures out how to get around it.
Oh.
All of a sudden, he comes up to the desert. He's a stream. What to do? A desert. And he keeps trying to do all the things that he did in the past to get around this obstacle, but it doesn't happen. And as he goes in, the water disappears and he loses his identity. And he's like, oh my God, what is going to happen? Is this the end? And then there's a wind and there's a voice. And the voice says, if you stay the way you are, you're gonna be stuck. You have to change.
Was the voice named Erica? I'm just asking. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I want to know if I was part of it.
But Bill's like, well, if I change, I won't know who I am. I'll lose my identity. I won't know myself. And the voice is like, well, if you don't change, you're going to die. This is it, right? So you got to change. So Bill thinks to himself, okay, well, what do I have to surrender to? Well, the largest part of this obstacle is the sun. So Bill, the stream, surrendered to the sun. And what happened? Well, the sun evaporated the water up into clouds, and the clouds floated across the desert. And then when the clouds hit the next mountain, the stream watered down as healing rain onto the mountain and became a stream again and kept on going. So the cool thing about this story is that
he moved. It's amazing. It's so freaky.
It's so scary when we go through life and we hit a point where we have to change and we keep trying to do things the way we did in the past, but it doesn't work anymore. And we've got to let go and evolve. And when we do that, a hidden potential inside of us gets revealed. And so that's the beauty of the change, is that if we can embrace dying to who we knew we were, to accepting the change and growing into who we're meant to be, we reveal the hidden, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Isn't she great?
She's a theosophizer. I love it. Is that the right term?
You met your wife at a theosophizing
Convention. Yeah, it was
I
huge.
thought a theosophist was someone who didn't eat either meat or thesauruses. I didn't know. That's a wonderful story because it's all about change. Yeah. Everything is change. And if you can adapt to change, then that fluidity gives you an incredible opportunity in every moment, doesn't it?
And I mean, it's especially scary for athletes because their identity is what they're doing and how they are. And I watched this great video that John was watching regarding hitting the baseball. And oh my God, if you take that apart and then try to hit the ball differently, that is so scary because for a while you don't achieve the success that you were achieving before. And so that change is hard to embrace. But you embrace it, wow, you go even further.
Dominique Hackett, we love you. Thank you for that. All right, let's take a shorty. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Dominique, where else can you find us?
Wow, we got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I love the radio.
That's it.
1290.
That's it.
KZSB AM. and the Teen Sports Radio website.
That's it. We love it. We're on all the time. You can find us. Just Google us. We love it. 6 years. Woo! 6 years! Cracked over. I've got to thank, I got to say it every single week. Cannot miss a week without thanking Dr. Dugan. All those commercials that you hear. You want to explain what you do every week? I mean, I love it. The model is awesome. Okay.
I just want you to know that once I tell you this, I will have to kill you.
Okay. Exactly.
And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
We love our
you, and you, and you.
We love our model. We love our model.
No, we when you and I offer to a guest a commercial, we schedule it, have them come in. Usually they will voice it. Write it and voice it, and usually they can do it in 1 or 2 takes. We just have some fun with it, play with it, and put it together, and then we put it in rotation with everybody else. And speaking of which, we need to discuss rotation. It's a very important thing to make sure that the people that are in. And it's exciting, especially with one of the guests that we've got today, which we will, I guess, let people know about. We kind of hinted about who's one of our guests today with the stream. And so that'll be very exciting. But anyway, it's a lot of fun to work with the guests. Yes, Dr. Energy.
We have a urologist here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Side job. Does it out of his garage.
Well, we like the way the money flows. Dominique,
Yeah, absolutely. And the sweet thing is, the way, Dr. D, you work with everyone on the commercials and stuff. When you listen to Teen Sports Radio commercials, you're hearing the community. And that's helping with fundraising for nonprofits, and it's helping with kids. And it's just a delight.
Because basically what you all hear out there, folks, is all the people that we are serving, all the money is a direct donation to their favorite nonprofit. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. So nothing actually, it's all gifting. And that's what, this is a community show, and we can't do it without the love and the support and the idea, actually, Les Carroll, and it's trickled down to our producer, you, Dr. Dugan. I mean, thank you.
You're welcome. I have a great time doing it.
I mean, thank you so much.
It's a lot of fun.
So, I mean, we just appreciate everything, and I am so thankful of having the opportunity of coming here every week and being able to share it with everybody. So, thank you, and just surrounding myself with everybody who's so darn generous in this community.
Just keep doing it.
Yeah. 6 years. Where did it go?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't say Cleveland anymore because they won the NBA championship last year, so now I got to find a new town.
It did, really. So, all right, let's get in the house. They walked in together. So, Bill Pintard, woo! And with him, Drew Wakefield, woo!
Hey, Drew.
And Drew, actually, he's doing a stand-in. We started this new thing. We have a co-host pro tem, okay, because Ronnie Sebastian couldn't come. So, Drew, you're going to stand in for Ronnie.
Thank you very much.
We're going to let the crowd. We have a huge crowd, okay, outside. Knowing that you're here, and Bill. We want to know. The universe wants to know. You've got a bunch of announcements that you want to make.
First of all, great to be here on AM 1290 Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio. I really appreciate that. And being able to sit right next to the Hall of Famer, Coach Bill Pintard of the six-time.
Yeah.
Six-time. I said it once, I'll say it again. The six-time NBC national champion, Santa Barbara Foresters. What an honor it is to be sitting next to you, my dear friend. I love it. And I do miss being able to say that at Cesar Osaka Stadium on the beautiful campus of UCSB, the home of the Gauchos. But, Ronnie was so gracious to allow me to come in and speak to the radio world. I know this is also sent out through Armed Forces Radio, so I do appreciate that. But on Friday, May 12th, is the Santa Barbara Association of Realtors, our charity golf tournament. And this year, all the money we raise is going to go to the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable. Greatest thing about the Athletic Roundtable, there's nobody on the board that receives a paycheck. So when you talk about a true nonprofit in the community, Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable is simply that, and they take care of all the great young student athletes, which I so appreciate, because without our great athletes, you know what? These kids grow up, when they're on a team sport, Coach, you'll vouch for this, they're going to learn about what it's like to have each other's back. They're going to learn what it's like to listen to a coach that has, that has their betterment in their mind and in their heart. They learn what it's like to, sometimes when there's adversity, that they have to fight through it, and they can't stop, they can't quit. The great thing about the Athletic Roundtable is all the kids in our community are going to be blessed with the money that we're raised. And our goal this year is $75,000. The most that we've ever raised. When I took this golf tournament over 3 years ago, they had raised $17,500 for Athletic Roundtable. The next year, we brought that up to $37,000 for Alpha Resource Center, specifically Katie's Fund. Last year, we raised that bar to $59,000 to Sarah House Santa Barbara. And this year, my goal is $75,000. And then I'm over and done with this event. But I'd like to say thank you very much real quick to our Eagle sponsors, who are Homebridge Financial Services, our golf cart sponsor, Caliber Home Loans, golf ball sponsor, Guarantee Mortgage, and American Pacific. Barbecue sponsor, the San Ynez Band at Chumash Indians Foundation, our John Daly Hole, Fidelity National, Margarita Hole, American Riviera. Are you getting thirsty, Coach? How about that? Yes. Our bar sponsor, Connecta Federal Credit Union. We've got golf gloves we're giving away through TKG Financial. The Santa Barbara Independent is our award sponsor. And the reason why I mention all those sponsors is because, Michael Bennett with the Boys and Girls Club, if you do not mention your sponsors, then you know what? You're going to be in a world of hurt, because they're the ones that provide each and every day, not just by saying, yes, we really appreciate you, but by raising their hand and then grabbing a pen and then writing their name down with a large number and a comma. Folks, when you're writing checks for nonprofits, never use decimal points, always use commas. And they write those checks, and they fulfill the goals and the dreams that you have for our young boys and young girls in Santa Barbara. So that's why I mentioned all of our sponsors for this great, wonderful tournament.
Very well done, Drew. Very well done. You have a future in this.
Drew was the announcer for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and we really didn't want to play the game, because that means Drew had to be quiet. He'd announce the players. But in between innings, we never even had to play music, because Drew was thanking everybody that walked in. He'd go, oh, yeah, there's Brittany Pintard, my daughter. And she goes, Dad, he mentions me on every game. Or there's Joe Schmo, and he gave us this amount of money. Or there's Investech. They gave us that amount of money. He was.
Remember Ladies' Night?
And
that was
then
packed.
We had Ladies' Night.
Oh, what a night.
And we could have done, what a night, Ladies' Night. And then Saturday Night Live stole your thunder. But Drew, people would come to listen to Drew. And when we lost Drew, he went through
some health
issues, and we haven't had him back, but we'll get him back this year, at least for a guest appearance. But Drew, and I would sit there in the dugout and crack up, because he did not. We never had to play music. He did not shut up in between innings, and then our players got a kick out of him too. But you're
we raised a lot of money, we raised a lot of awareness,
Drew,
and we had that place packed.
You got a tremendous amount of energy, and he also is a very inspirational speaker to young high school student athletes here in the town. He really is. And he and I have talked. We had some conversations. I said, well, break down your talk for me. And I remember we had that conversation. And I'd like to go listen to him talk. But the kids, and he does this all in his free time. I mean, he has a job, a full-paying job, and he works hard, but he really gives a lot to the community. And we're better off here in Santa Barbara because of you, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Nice job.
Absolutely. I can attest to the fact that Drew came up to Camp Whittier about more longer than that, probably about 5 months ago, to speak to our staff, inspirational speech to the staff, and every one of our staff members went through that. And it was a whole breakout session, different rooms we had the staff go to up at Camp Whittier, and the feedback that we got from everybody was that they loved your session the best. Your session was fantastic and really got them motivated. So I want to thank you again, and never gave a bill or anything. It was totally gratis.
Oh, it's all community, brother. It's all community.
Well, that's really good to know, because I'll never go speak at one of those things.
That's great. That's good.
How did your bent toward speaking to people inspirationally help you through whatever that physical challenge was for you?
Oh, you know what? You never give up. You just look and know. I just thank the Lord each and every day that I wake up. If I've got breath, it's going to be a good day for somebody.
Yeah.
It's a great philosophy.
That was a good way to end that. We're going to take a short little break, all right? Take another breath. Take a big breath during the break. We got all new commercials. Dr. D, we love you. We'll take a little break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. So, River Bill.
Yeah, what do you got? A stream.
Mountain. Desert.
I've been called a lot of things.
I know. I was getting lost like when the water went into the desert. I didn't know where it was going to go. I didn't get that whole thing, here comes the sun. I mean, I like that.
Well, that's
I like
the
it.
desert is a whole lot of sun. So you hit an obstacle, and it's like, what do you have to surrender to?
Yeah.
You kind of got to look for that.
That's
You've had to make some changes.
Oh, yeah. But hey, before I get going on
okay, we're not going to go there.
Mike's here, right? And I just want to say something. I was a single parent, and I got divorced when my boys were 5 and 6. I had a grandmother and 2 sisters and a mom. And all of a sudden, I'm single, and I'm 25 years old. And I didn't know how to do nothing. And I was coaching at Carp, and I had a job. And every day after school, my kids could be a latchkey kid and come home. Well, my kids went to the Carpinteria Boys Club. And Richie Medell was down there, and I don't know how many years he was there. It had to be 40 or something like that. Years. Over 40 years. And my kids went there every day. And then I was on the board of directors, and then we'd go play basketball there. Santa Barbara Boys and Girls Club helped raise my children. Mm-hmm. They really did. And when they went there, I knew they were going to be doing something healthy. They probably learned some new language. But you know, I knew they were safe, and they were right across the street from the high school. So when I'd come home from the road games, I'd just walk right over to the boys' club and say, "Come on, guys! Oh, one more game, Dad!" You know. But anyway, I love the Boys and Girls Club, and my heart's with them. So.
I appreciate that. We appreciate all the kind words, and that's why we're here.
And we want you to come to our games. We keep talking about that, and you guys did last year. And it changes.
So, Michael, I've got a question for you. What if people are listening today on AM 1290 Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio, and they are getting excited about what you're doing with the Boys and Girls Club, but they might not want to participate in one of your functions? Can they just write a check? Can they just call you up, maybe walk over or come to meet you? Will you meet people? Will you meet some of our community leaders or businesses? Do you go into the community and talk to them so that you can raise some more money to take care of these great young students that we have in our community?
Yes to everything you just said.
What a dumb question.
How do you do that?
It's a lead-in question. Yes. So the best thing that we can do is I would encourage anybody that hears this and wants to get involved with the Boys and Girls Club or learn more about what we're doing. Call the office at area code 805-681-1315. Again, that's 681-1315. And let's schedule a tour. As Bill mentioned, you can go to any one of our clubs, and that's where the magic happens. You walk into the facility, and you see what's happening in those buildings. I have never, in 29 years, I've never taken anybody on a tour. And after the tour, they turned to me and said, I just don't agree with what you guys are doing. I don't get it. I don't understand why you do what you do. People walk out there believers and supporters of the Boys and Girls Club.
Michael, maybe you can tell everybody real quick about that story that you told us a year ago at the golf course about that you were up against the gangs in the Lompoc area, and they said, if you don't get them now, we will.
Okay. I will tell you that story. It's a good story. We were doing a community outreach walk, and we were in on the lettered streets on the west side of Lompoc, high gang activity area. And we were walking down the street, and we had two police officers with us and staff. And on the front of a house, nailed to the front of the house, was an 8 foot by 6 foot particle board spray painted with the words, "F the police, the west side runs this S." And I'm looking at that thing, I can't believe it. The police went up there, took the sign down. We started picking kids up from that neighborhood right away. And there was 3 guys in front of the building, right next door to where this was done. The next week we walked back there, and there's 3 guys were there, and he goes, "You better get the kids before we do." And I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You heard me." I said, "Well, we're going to be here every day." He goes, "Well, if they stay around us, they're going to become track stars because we teach them to run, jump." And I said, "Well, we're going to be here every day." And we've been there every day since. And we pick up dozens of kids from that neighborhood now that would otherwise just be hanging out.
And that's why we need to invest in the Boys and Girls Club of this area. That's a great story.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, expanding, what's the dream? Where you're
Buellton.
at? Okay.
Buellton.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah, so the biggest need right now in Santa Barbara County, the fastest growing area, and maybe you knew this, Bill, maybe you didn't. More people are moving to the Buellton area, San Ynez Valley, than anywhere else in Santa Barbara County. More people moving there because of the affordability, including yours truly.
That's right.
We're going to be moving there. Not sure when the house is going to be done, but we'll be there eventually. It's that we have a great relationship with the school district there, the Buellton School District, and that's the most cost-effective way to open a Boys and Girls Club is to not build a brand new facility. Although I love brand new Boys and Girls Clubs, love them, very expensive. The perfect marriage between a Boys and Girls Club and a school it's symbiotic because when they close, we open. And for those parents that live there, most of them are traveling a long distance to go to work. So what we're ended up doing is we're shortening that day that they can bring their child to the school, drop them off, and not have to worry about picking up till 6 o'clock at night when the Boys and Girls Club closes at that school.
That's beautiful.
Magnificent.
Very nice. All right. Hey, let's take another little break. All right. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, I got chills. I'm feeling it.
The Foresters will go for their 6th NBC World Series championship. Earns right-handed hitter Kraus at the belt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a chopper. High chopper to Williams on a hop. He feeds Kraus at the bag, and he is out. And the Santa Barbara Foresters are the NBC World Series champions for the 6th time since 2006.
Now, 7-7.
No, why not?
Why not? I'm serious. I mean, this is the year of the Fire Rooster. And for people
Rooster.
Yeah, it is. But
the
for
rooster.
those who like to talk, everybody in this room are talkers, right? We all like to talk. So this is like, what I did anytime I got knocked down, I always what do? I paper the room with success is the best revenge. That's the only way to shut people up. Right?
Yeah.
So this is your year.
Why not?
This is your year. Write it down. 7. I'm putting 7 on everything. I'm betting on it. Look, a marker. It's permanent. Look at that.
Yeah.
7, baby.
I like that.
That's it. Pin it up. 7. Talk to me.
Well, we
Look at him.
I'm red and stuff.
Speechless.
No, I mean, I hear that, and I hear the enjoyment. I mean, the thrill of it was tremendous, and we have a lot of pride in what's going on. And this year, it is going to be a little different. We do have a challenge, and they say success. Adversity is the father of success, right? And so we have some changes that we make, but if you really look at it, it's really going to be positive because we're no longer at UCSB, and our time we had 21 great years there, but they really don't want us out there anymore. So we had to find a new facility to play at, and the city of Santa Barbara Rec Department and the staff of Santa Barbara City College, along with Major League Softball, which runs the Adult Men's Softball League, and the Santa Barbara Foresters, and Women's Softball at Santa Barbara City College. That's 5 entities, right? Mm-hmm. All came together very quietly and worked together to win a championship, which is really, teamwork is the key to championships and winning. And everybody works so hard for a common goal to achieve this. And we've been working on it for 9 months, and we just had our press release. And then this Friday, April 28th at Pershing, we're going to have a press conference. Ooh. And it's going to be at Pershing at 11:30, and everybody's invited. And we're going to get into more detail that was in the press release that came out last Friday. And I'm really thrilled about it, too, because we talk about our Latino community in Santa Barbara. That the Boys and Girls Club does so much work for, and amongst all crosses of our society here. But down at Pershing, there's a lot of strong Latino population right around Pershing Park, well, those people are going to be able to walk to our games. And we're going to have a mission inside, but out in the outfield, they can bring their blanket.
Oh, yeah.
And sit out there, and we don't charge. Right. We're not charging. People want to ride their bikes down a block and a half. You can ride your bike. The hotel. We're right by the hotels. The challenges are, and we're going to ask our fans, because we got great fans, and we have a great fan base out there in Goleta where the Ramada is, and we had the Ramada Sun Deck at Caesar Osaka. But that's in the past, and we're moving forward. But the challenges are going to be the seating. The challenges are going to be the field. The field's not, it's not in very good shape. But if you don't start somewhere, you can't improve it. Pershing Park should be a jewel park of our community.
Absolutely.
It's right there, a block from the beach. Yeah. And right now, it's kind of an, I have to be politically correct, but it could be improved right now, and it's a great place for the homeless, and I appreciate the homeless. They need a place too, but if we play there, it could be a wonderful baseball facility there. But it's not baseball only, because they have women's softball and the softball league, but we can all play together.
But you're leaving out the biggest news of all. That Drew Wakefield's going to be your starting pitcher.
No, thank you.
No, Drew Wakefield can do a lot of things for me. We're not even going to get him near the mound, buddy.
There's a lot of things that I can pitch, but
that's not it.
Oh, he can pitch. That's a good one. But anyway, everybody's really, a lot of people are really excited, and I know she's been asking me for months where we're going to play. You've asked me. I go down the street. Where are you playing? Because there was a thing that our season might have been gone. The Foresters might have been gone. Yeah. Or we'd have to play every game on the road. That's cost prohibitive. Ventura came to us and offered us a field for no rent. Ventura Foresters doesn't work. I'm a Santa Barbaraman. And for us to be able to do this in the future of it, it's Gary Woods, my wonderful, beloved best friend who passed away a couple of years ago. We almost had to come down here and play, and he says, Pintard, there could be a lot worse things than playing a block and a half from the beach in Santa Barbara. And it is going to be challenging, but we don't have great stands and everything. We will have food though, and we will have a very good team. Because we're going to stir it up, and we have a good group of young guys coming, and our goal is that number 7. But our number 1 goal is to be able to get a good cross section of our community. And I am excited about the Latino, because people in Santa Barbara, first of all, to drive to Goleta, right? It's it's really far, but people think like that.
Yeah.
Or Goleta people to drive down to Santa Barbara City College. But I think it's Pershing Park. It's a part of our community. Babe Ruth did an exhibition there. And Mark Patton, the editor at the News Press, knows all about that, and he should be at this press conference on Friday to talk about that. But it's exciting times for us, and change is good. Yeah. Change happens, and if you don't adapt, or you can say, oh, that's terrible, we got to change, we got to leave UCSB, oh, that's awful. Well, first of all, we didn't really have a choice. Mm-hmm. We had to leave. And so what are we going to do, cry? No, we're going to go make it better.
That's right.
And I'm excited about it.
I just think the funny thing is, at the end of the day for me, is that you have two, you don't even have a facility, and I think at the end of the day, if you look back in 10 years, I think you're going to have an amazing facility. You know what I'm saying?
Coach,
I think you're going to build. I think if you compare the two spots in 10 years from now, yours is going to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
be a temple.
The other thing is bikes, and there is parking right there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the parking out there where we did play was $8, $7 or whatever. And then when Drew and I pulled in, the parking guys used to hide in the trees, and they go, Pintard and Wakefield are here. Go down and get them a ticket. And they rappel out of the trees, give us the ticket, and disappear. I could paper my wall with the tickets I've gotten out of there. But, we're excited about it. Yeah. And everybody that we talked to is excited about it. And now that it came out, we couldn't do it. But I have to say, the city of Santa Barbara and Santa Barbara City College rolled up their sleeves to help us. They saved us. Yes. And Rich Hanna, the assistant
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec, the assistant director.
Nice.
Worked tirelessly with this, and Robert Morales, and then Dr. Beebe at Santa Barbara City College. And, I mean, it wasn't easy, and everybody had a give and take. And American softball, Major League Softball, because they have softball games, changed their schedule a little bit. So we're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Santa Barbara. We're going to play at 6 o'clock at night. The lights will come on. We're going to have night games.
Never had lights.
Never had lights, and we got lights now. Yeah. And then Sundays, we're going to play at 2 o'clock, matinee game for Sundays. Bring your families down here. Put out the blanket out there, out in the cheap tickets, and out in the cheap seats, which is the grass.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be worse.
You know, when 8 o'clock used to roll around, and you guys were playing home games, I'm going, okay, we should be wrapping this thing up. I don't care if they're in the 15th inning. They don't have any lights, and so we're going to be shutting her down. Now you're starting an hour later, and I'm sitting here, okay, it's 10 o'clock, the lights are on, and they're in the 22nd inning. I think I'll put the cot out and just sleep at the station.
Well, we will have. Well, you've been great. I mean, one year we had a 16 inning game, and then the day before we had a doubleheader. This guy, he does a wonderful job doing our games. The Dugs, man, he is the man. But this year, our lights will go off at 10 o'clock, though, so we got to get finished at 10 o'clock because there is a curfew and there are hotels there. Yeah. So we got to be respectful to the community. Yeah. And if we can't get it done by 10 o'clock, heck, we don't.
You're not trying.
You know what I mean? But we're all excited.
The community's excited. We're excited. And it's supposed to be that way. I mean, it's out of it. I mean, you'll see it's going to be glory all the way around.
Yeah. Well, actually, a lot of this started in the studio because Steve Cushman and Rob Eganoff and Earl Armstrong. And Earl Armstrong has been my go-to guy quietly through this whole thing. Earl was he was my bench coach, marching me through all. This was a maze to get this done. It was a maze, and Earl was right there to march me through it, and I'm tipping my hat to you, Earl.
Who do you think built that maze? Earl Armstrong and Associates.
You listened, though.
Armstrong and Associates.
You're humble and you listened. It was good.
Yeah. Well, we didn't go over anybody's head. Yeah. We went through proper channels. They said, well, we can get the mayor or the city college. We didn't need that.
Yeah.
We just worked. We just ground it out. Yeah. It's awesome, and we will have Drew Wakefield on the microphone announcing, public addressing one of our games. Is that true, Drew? Are you going to sign up for that?
I will say yes to it.
Okay, we got that. Right. I want it. It's on tape.
All right.
Bill Pintard. Let's take a short little break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Well, I got to thank everybody in the room. I got to thank Santa Barbara. I just got to show a lot of love. Dominique, first off, thank you so much. You've been adding so much, love. It's been an awesome 6-year run. Dr. D, thank you so much. You got to say something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hi. Thank you so much.
It's been great. I'm taken aback every time we have another birthday celebration. It's like,
we love you.
Wow, another year has just flashed by. It's incredible. You. And now, in previous years, if people have listened, we put together a nice little collage of past program highlights. And let's just do a special show with some special people in a special way.
It's nice.
Well, it's the same old way, but it's
so when are we going to do that show?
We're going to meet your wife somewhere.
Hey, I want to give a quick happy birthday to all the kids that have been on the show. Yeah. Because we've had some awesome athletes come through this door, tell great stories, and we get to hear about what's inspiring them. Yeah. It's just been amazing.
I want to give my love to Terri Cooper, and I know you've expanded your practice, and I know you don't have a lot to talk about right now, but I was kidding.
I have an hour's worth of stuff to talk about.
I know.
And approximately 32 seconds to do it.
I know.
So I'm going to pass.
I know. But give your contact information, because I've heard so many great stories about what you've been doing in the community, but you could just maybe encompass a couple of little things. So you have more tools in the tool bag right now. So
I do. I've decided to combine all the different things that I do in my practice, which have been individual, and I'm combining them to have a much more holistic approach. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be combining my intuition, which you know is well developed, and my Reiki master status in healing, along with a lot of different modalities, so that we have a real holistic approach. And so far, the integration has proved very exciting, and I look forward to giving that to the community. Terri Cooper, marriage and family therapist.
Dominique's going to see her on Friday, so I can't wait. Woo, Dominique! Don't be messing up with her storytelling, okay? No. Don't send her some dimension, because Dominique, you may remember, you did pass away and come back, so I want to make sure you stay in this, how does that work?
I've done that twice.
Yeah. Dominique actually really has. You know that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I remember telling the story.
Yeah.
That's another story for another time.
Okay.
I'm going to get her to the IANS meeting.
Yeah. So, yeah. What is that?
It's an International Association of Near-Death Studies.
Yeah, I'm a member.
You know about that. Yeah.
Yep.
And you should come
Of
and
what?
talk.
Near death.
Near-death
Boy, such a
experiences.
face he made.
Oh, yeah, death.
What?
Death.
International Association of Near-Death Studies. And it's people come and talk about what happened when they technically, legally died and yet had experiences.
Dominique did that too. That's why she likes to talk about rivers and stuff. How the sun comes back and everything. Bill Pintard, we love you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love you, Erica.
You know that. Number seven. Woo!
You heard it
great
here.
Yankee
That's
wore
it.
that number.
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle, hum baby.
Michael Baker, we love you.
So before Baker was talking about the Red Sox, I do want to just say that the Yankees just finished winning 9 in a row.
Oh, yeah. Oh! Drew Wakefield, you are always invited back.
Friday, May 12th, come and support the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable.
See you next week, Santa Barbara. God bless.
Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at you now.